Okay, so I finally take the time to take the region mod board up to Kevin's to have him look at it, Kevtris, put it on the scope, see if he can come up with any solutions for us.
I haven't tried it yet. I was gonna make a video on it and just haven't done it. Oh yeah. Stupid ribbon cables.
Trying to find a coregrafx and I couldn't find one. But I found a PCE in case you wanted to
Look at it.
data lines without the mod.
Okay.
I scoped them, and yeah, they look like shit, but that doesn't mean much to me.
Yeah, the bypassing on there, that shouldn't be a problem.
Well, and it's even got a cap over there too.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted me to, I don't know, maybe it was you, or somebody wanted me to put it on there.
Oh really? No, I doubt it would. Yeah, see, I've used that exact part before, several times. Well, not the bus transfer one, but just the regular version of it. Is this the power switch?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's working. 5 volts looks kind of shitty.
See, it didn't look like that on my scope.
Shit, yeah, like a volt of noise on there.
Huh.
It might be, here, let me try it this way. It might just be the long wires. Yes, it's a bit cleaner now. I guess these long ass wires aren't helping matters, are they? So it looks like it's working fine.
Yeah, it works fine with a regular heat card.
What doesn't it work with?
Everdrive.
Oh, that's right.
The switch right there, the regions.
Okay.
Right now the switch is in
PCE mode.
this one's in US mode.
Did he paint that black like that?
I think Stoney Finger put those on there. I don't know if it's paint, I think it's some kind
It's like a paint.
of vinyl.
It's like, yeah, it's tool dip.
Oh, yeah, that might be
I think
it.
that's what that is. He probably put a piece of tape on there and just went, yeah, I think that's vinyl tool dip. That's hilarious. Oh, that reset button. Then you put that big ugly 2 sticker on there. No need, I was just curious. So it's in what, US mode now? So I gotta put this in TG-16 mode, right?
I had problems with that too, trying to get it to run in US and US.
I guess you could just tell people, too bad, so sad. That it doesn't work with the everdrive. Fucking everdrive. I don't know why it wouldn't, though. Yeah. So does this reset the system itself, or just this thing?
I would assume just the card.
Oh, the system doesn't have a reset, does it?
No.
That's shitty.
Well, you can hit select start and reset.
Yeah, but that's only when the game's running. That's done in the game, I'm sure. It's not done in the hardware, I don't think. It looks okay. Was it this that you were seeing, you're wondering about?
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, this is the system here. This is coming out of the cartridge here. You can see this device is also a level translator. What am I? Okay, so the ones nearest me are the cartridge, aren't they?
Yeah.
Is that bus switch or is that straight through? Or don't you know?
I didn't design the circuit.
Does it load the game into Flash to run it? So it does come up in... Yeah, that looks ugly. Yeah, see, that doesn't look good.
Aren't they supposed to be nice square wave?
No.
No?
No, they won't be nice square waves. Here, just for reference. I'm gonna have to turn this thing off to cycle the power. Because I've been doing it so many damn times. Oh no, it won't be very nice square waves at all. I mean, you may look at it and say, how the hell does this thing even operate? I think the problem might be because this has 3.3 volt IOs on it, and the carts have 5 volt IOs. First thing I do is put a reset button on this fucking thing. See, it's go pop, 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 pop. Well, the cart doesn't look like that. What's this, a crown?
Yeah, there's a green one
In the middle, like,
there. Yes.
that is ugly. Ooh, what the hell's up with that and that? Yeah, it would have been nice to have one of these that wasn't modified.
Right here.
Oh! And they said you forgot one.
I couldn't find a coregrafx, so I'm running this.
Oh. What was this thing?
That's a coregrafx, that's just a regular PC engine.
What's the difference?
You got me.
Gotta make me dig for my thing, huh?
Security drive.
Yep. The snore graphics. Well, they both have that expansion port on them.
Oh, RF, maybe.
Oh, okay.
It's probably one of the I'm sure there's that thing, but
What's the 1 and 2? Oh, that obviously would be channel, wouldn't it? I'll lose those. These are mine. They came out of any. Oh, you know what? I think these screws have been in here for like 10 years. I think those are for that top loader. I believe that's what those are for. God, what a shitty piece of shit. This fucking ribbon cable of doom. Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe these cables are just too damn long. Oh, that's funny. They're gonna have 4 screws and only put 3 in there. There's an extra hole in the plastic.
yeah.
got this metal doodad on it. It can stay on there though. Yeah, I think that is the only. Looks like about the only
Shit, you
difference.
know what?
What? Is that the broken one?
We're not going to be able to see anything.
Oh, that's okay. Don't have to be able to see it. Just as long as the game runs.
Here. Ah,
Oh, this is Japanese. Is this American?
both Japanese.
Oh. Yeah, that's like the dumbest protection ever. Kind of hard to run it though. At the same time, anyway. Well, I guess I don't have much option on my grounding. It's pretty damned ugly.
Yeah, it is.
It's about the same, really.
Except for
It's about the same to me. It's some really quick low pulses there. Yeah, that's an ugly bus. Surprised that thing even works. I mean, yes, must be ugly, but not that ugly. But yeah, it might be. I don't know. Doesn't look like the adapter is really doing anything. You know, I think it might be is. Yeah, my monitor's screwed up again. I mean, it looks pretty much the same. Maybe that.
take a new snapshot.
What?
Just take a new snapshot.
Yes, I did that.
So you're not scrolling through memory, you're just taking new snapshots.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can scroll through memory, see, I got all that memory. That looks kind of interesting there. Yeah, that is ugly. It's like the surface of the moon, more than our data bus. But I think part of the problem is maybe that, I don't know how, let me look that chip up again. What's that part?
CBT 3383.
3383 CBT. I'm just curious if maybe the chip's too slow. I wouldn't think so. 1 nanosecond, 1 to 10 nanoseconds. Nah, it shouldn't be. That shouldn't be too slow. That seems pretty damn fast.
Couldn't tell you how many hours and days I wasted on this game when I was a kid.
I've never actually played it. I didn't know anybody with the TG-16 either.
That was the only one I ever knew.
Apparently, Hudson wanted to sell their chipset to Nintendo, but Nintendo wasn't interested. So they're like, fuck you, we'll just make our own damn system. Seems to work fine. Have you tried it in a regular TG-16?
Well, I have a completely different PCB for it, so they don't have to cut those pins.
Uh-huh.
I think I've only installed a couple of those, but I don't remember really thoroughly testing everdrive.
Are those
And then-
10K resistors grounded? Well, the route to them's cut. Right up there? Or is that different? How are these grounded? On the bottom?
Others via the bottom
Yeah.
plane.
I wonder if you shouldn't have tried pulling them up instead.
According to the Steve, the system has pulls.
Oh, yeah? So this doesn't have level translators on it. They just got these resistors instead. Wonder if that's causing a problem. Yep, I am right, by the way. This flashes, this flash ROM every time you load a new game. So I guess after you load 10,000 games, your flash ROM's dead and you gotta buy a new car. That's kind of shitty. That's why there's only 2 chips on it, though. I got curious when it said, do not turn off system when it was loading the game. I was like, why? And that's why. It's flashing the game to it. I'm wondering if that's what's causing some of the problems is their level translators. See what it looks like on the other side of those resistors. Oh yeah. Is that menu black and white normally?
Yeah.
And we'll get the same crap we'll get in there. Let's see what it looks like on the other side of them. Looks a lot nicer on the other side of those resistors. Whoops. I don't manage to short the damn data lines out and crash it like I just did. Let's address bus. A little under 4 volts, so it's about what you would expect. With those chips really like having to dissipate all that power coming in. Protection diodes. That's the data bus. Heartbeat right there. There.
15 is 1 3, and plus 18 is grand in the middle.
Yeah, but once it comes through, I can see the routes. They come over here, and these resistors. They kind of go. Yep, right there. That's them right there. No, I don't really see anything out obvious.
What's weird is, after he took all the ground plane off the one that I sent him,
Uh-huh.
and then put the 10K pull downs on it,
He said it worked.
no, it did work.
It did work.
I
Yeah.
tested it, it worked fine.
Well, it must be right on the edge of working if this menu works. It's got to be really close to the edge of operation.
Do you think I should just try another PCB with all the ground fill on it?
I don't know. I don't know. It'll probably act different.
Plus, this PCB has the traces routed differently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, if something like that is affecting its operation, that means it's probably marginal to begin with. Yeah, that whole, oh yeah, it works for me. You know what I mean? The odd thing is changing the mode doesn't work. That's what's odd
It's
to
really
me.
odd.
That tells me something's got to be marginal. Maybe one data line is screwy out of the 8. Let me look again.
I'm going to take a snapshot of the PCB, send it to you. Yeah.
They look about the same. Well, let's do this. It works in that mode now.
Yeah, but you didn't select the power.
Oh, you have to cycle power.
Well, it wasn't working before when we turned it first on. The PCB.
True. It is now. Like I said, something's gotta be like just marginal. It could be something really stupid.
I wish.
Like my PPU has a problem. Because you're 5 volts, 5 volts. Did you check it?
Yeah.
Okay. And you know, on my adapter there, the PPU was getting 3.6 volts. And it was actually still working, mostly.
You know what though?
But
Those cheap Chinese power supplies aren't.
5.00. Okay. They can do some
Well, I
more.
guess it's regulated, so
It's regulated.
I said
It's outputting
First one
9
got
volts,
sold.
9.2.
one of the first ones I sold was on a Duo RX,
Uh-huh.
and it had no problems with the overdrive.
Well, with that board.
But I was using the original power supply on it. I don't know. It's like the first thing everybody jumps to. Oh, it's a power supply. You need to run a wire to 705.
No, it's not a power problem. Got 9.2 going in, 5 coming out. What I'd almost like to do is some margin testing. Take that 7805 out and hook it up to my supply and bump it up to from 4.8 to 5.2 and see if it changes. You know what I mean? That's sometimes. Actually, there's a couple things we can try. We can try that, and we can try freeze spray too. Because on the PPU, if you froze the PPU, it would act different. So fortunately, I think I got all those problems worked out now. So it seems to be a lot more reliable.
Using competent.
I'm using that little one. That one seems to be pretty good. General purpose use. Blade. The blade one's okay, but it's just too damn big. And it's wore out.
Perfect for drag center.
Yeah. There's a lot of hardware on that. This has a fuse on it even. Imagine that. That one does too. Yeah, you knew on the new HDMI board I got the 5-volt regulator, right?
Yeah. That was one of the things I was worried about, and then until you said you got composite working with it staying on there, because I was like, the only way to make composite work was to remove it. And if you remove the interposers, how are you powering the board?
Yeah.
Right. So that's a non-issue now too.
I highly doubt this is going to do a whole lot, but we can wave a dead chicken and find out. Yeah, and the problem I had, I think I told you, was the damn clip leads supplying the power to the adapter board were dropping 0.6 volts a clip lead. So I had a 1.2 volt drop between the supply and the board, and then another 0.2 over those ribbon cables. So I added up to like 0.8 volts a drop. Or sorry, 1.4 volts a drop. And I was wondering why the PPU was acting funny. I was like, you know, it's like, wow, these chips sure are cold, and aren't they supposed to run hotter than that, like all weekend? I was like, you know, maybe it's just air conditioner, but I think these are supposed to run hotter than that. And then when the PPUs was working with the sprites, like Mario had 2 heads, and it was like kind of glitchy, and when I cooled it down, it got worse, and when I warmed it up, it got better. And then I was like, you know, that's weird. So I tried the PPU on a regular NES and it worked fine. And then I was like, you know, that can't really be an HDMI problem because it's in the sprite rendering. And then I happened to measure the 5 volts and it was like 3.6. I was like, shit, how is this even working? I still don't know how the hell it was working.
Like I've heard somebody run the whole system on 3.5 before.
Yeah, it wouldn't work very well. It may work in specific cases. You could probably find a PPU and CPU that'll run that low, but then you got other problems. I was surprised the power pack was even working too. You know, all the carts I tried all worked, and the power pack worked at 3.6. I was really surprised. Granted, the power pack's almost all 3.3 volt logic, but still. Yep. Always test. You know you hooked it up right. Because it's that one time you didn't. Kind of stuck here. It's like that. Yeah, that's big. Yeah, it's the fair. There's a big ferrite in there. The cable's pretty damn big too. Okay. 5 volts. This thing only draws 300 milliamps. It works great, so I can tap it. So let's see how many volts we actually have up there at the capacitor. It had 5.00 with the regulator in it. 496. Okay. Go up 2/10. 515. Oh yeah. That's right. Without a power, with you just jacking directly in there, it's kind of hard to do, isn't it? You have to run. And it should work theoretically right now.
It should be loading now.
Now if I reset it, see that doesn't even work. Oh yeah, that works. So if I hit run, it should. Oh, it has to reload it. Shouldn't it already be in memory and not have to reload it? And sometimes it does that. I saw it do that last time. I guess that's why it has a reset button on there, because the system doesn't have one. Just blew through 3 of your flash memory writes. Yeah, same story. Let's go the other way. Let's see how low we can go. 4.7. Hey. Margin issue.
Oh, you're killing me.
That's why one works and one doesn't.
Awesome.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of,
That margin issue.
but.
No, it's not crashing. Chicken scratch, oh. That's right, this is the game I played on the EverDrive on the NES. It was 1943. Or what, yeah, or was it 1942? That was 1943. Well, this one you don't have to hold up, you can just hold the button down on this. Oh, yeah, you're right. Is that stock? Oh, that's cool.
Well, I should say like the white PC engine. The first Japanese console.
So it seems to be working okay.
Yeah.
It's hard. I guess the whole point of these games is that when you play it enough, then you know where all the enemies are going to come from and stuff.
I'm not sure. Haven't
Yep.
So you think you need lower power for the air gun or lower power for the CVT?
I don't know.
Function better.
It's well, the problem is, the EverDrive's got these resistors to do level translating, and this device does level translating also.
Right.
So I think the EverDrive is kind of having an issue because of that. I don't know. See, now I'm back up at 5.1 and the game's still running.
Try to reset the air gun.
Yeah. Did you try multiple games or just one game?
Keith Courage also had problems.
Did any of them actually work? So I think, yeah, I don't know. It's been a long time since I read it. So I can afford points. Okay, let's see now that I dropped the voltage. Let's see if the game will start running properly. No, I think it screwed up the flashing. You know, I think it's the flash memory is having the problem. The flash gets screwed up. You know what I mean? When it's doing the flashing, you can see it's all corrupt now, even down to 4.7. So, just to prove that. God, I hate that. Oh, here, let's press the fire button to load the game. Oh no, that doesn't load the game. No, that can't load the game. That's gonna show what version it is. I guess it's working fine now. And then if I bump it back up to 5 volts, it still works. Or 5.1, it still works just fine. You know, there's no problem at all. It's perfectly fine. So, the problem appears to be the flash memory itself, and it's not your circuit.
Was there anything I could do to my circuit? So
I don't think so. And other than redesign it and use
push up the swing up,
what?
push up the swing board,
Ah,
and then B or something like that to show.
hilarious. Okay. Well, see, it's working just fine. Let's see how low we have to go to make it still function properly. I like how they call it run instead of start. Well, it's working fine at 4.9. A stupid tenth of a volt.
Reload 43.
Oh, okay. As is.
Just doesn't want me using this component.
Yeah, that's the first one. So it must be bad flashing. Yeah. It's fine.
Try, put it back in the inside.
That wasn't fast enough. Tenth of a volt. Well, it's poorly designed. What can you expect, I guess? I think it's designed that way just because there isn't enough room on the board for anything. Yeah, that's it.
What the fuck?
Because there's just a shitty design. What do you expect? So what you could do to fix it in the field, you could drop the voltage to 4.9, put an LM317 in a pot and a resistor in there. Kind of a shitty solution, I know. I don't know, there's not a lot else you can really do. That's what it is, it's that stupid tenth of a volt.
There's no bueno. What about changing some of those up in them a little bit or something?
I don't know, I wouldn't dick with it myself. I'm curious about this. 3.3, that's okay. This has a fucking conformal coating on it. Oh, come on. 3316. Is that what it was before? 3316. Okay. So it's just 49 there. It'll be about 4 mils under, or 40 mils under rather. So I think you're just got a case of the flakies. That's why the guy's like, oh, I don't have the ground fill and mine works. But no, more likely it's because his 7805 is putting out slightly more or less voltage than yours is.
Well, it was a different console too.
That's what I mean.
But it was that same everdrive.
Uh-huh.
It was a different PCE, but a whole different console. Also.
Yeah, but it's possible that its outputs slightly. Hell, let's see how close it is. We're at 49. Let's try 495. So 4.95. 50 millivolts less. I mean, maybe just that close to the edge. 50 effing millivolts, really? Real?
Ridiculous.
$30 stupid millivolts. Okay. So that's the point that it doesn't work.
So, if I was only feeding 4.9 or 4.86 or whatever,
Oh, is the game still kind of working?
to my circuit,
Uh-huh.
I think would help, or
I don't know. Well, no, it's the EverDrive.
but it works without
The doodad.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think what's happening is your doodad is maybe dropping the voltage very slightly because... Oh, actually, I can tell you how much it would be dropping it, maybe. Because I have the resistance. I think it's pretty low, though. RDS on 5 to 7 ohms. That's not very much. I'm guessing, if I had to guess, since this is dropping the logic level voltage, this device here, that's what's screwing it up. Because then these resistors are also dropping it somewhat too. So I think maybe it just gets below the point where the flash ROM can do its programming. Maybe the margins are such that the writes start to fail. Obviously that's what it is, it's a write failure, because the data's corrupt. So that's the only thing I can think of. And the bus is pretty fast, so any drop in amplitude, which would, due to those resistance of that thing, I don't know, it could slow it down enough where your margin is gone and is getting bad data. So dropping the voltage helps, because then the trigger point on the chip falls with it. I don't know.
So if I reduced supply voltage to the 3383, would I have less resistance?
That would be more. Well, it's kind of weird. This is if you were to. It says 4.5 volts. Outputting 0 low. It's got 5 ohms through it. If your input's 2.4 volts, it goes up to 10 to 15 ohms for whatever reason. One way to fix is probably to use 27424 HC245s. You know what that is? That's just a tri-state buffer, bidirectional. You have to use 2 of them and wire one up straight through and one crosswise instead of using this chip that does that for you. You know what I mean? Because this is doing that level translation bit, and that's part of the problem. So probably what would actually help this is if you were to run this chip on more than 5 volts. Like if you ran that chip on, I don't know, say, what's Vmax on this thing? Probably 7 volts. Actually, we can try that. That's why we have a 3 output power supply. So we can actually try that.
Actually, it's just this sort of
I know it is. I knew it exactly. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, 7 volts is the max. So let's try that. What that'll do is that will raise the voltage of the signals going through there, and it may be enough. And if it's only a volt or 2, that's fairly easy to do. You can just use a diode or 2 and a resistor and come off of this power switch, the input side of your 7805, and do it. You know what I mean? So, give me some of them clip leads out of that box, too. One. Thank you. That's what's nice about this supply. These outputs are all isolated. So if you need negative voltages, you can get them without doing a lot of rigmarole. So let's bump this up to 5.2 volts, which is like it's a worst case scenario. It'll never ever be that high, but that's going to make this like a worst case test. Since that pad's a little, just stick this wire on here. You made that pad really tiny.
Well, I wanted.
Well, you didn't have much room, I guess.
I cramped it as much as I could. I wanted to make the piece be as small as possible.
Yeah. So we're at 5 volts on there too. So we'll turn it on. Just to confirm that we're still having issues. Yeah. Okay. So we're on output 3. Let's try that. Getting there. Works now. 0.8 volts above 5 volts.
You say you're losing voltage through the clip leads then?
No, oh well, only if you draw a lot of current. We're not drawing much
No.
current, so it doesn't really matter.
I don't think it's much.
No.
a small boost converter I can put on there from 5 to...
No, you don't even need that. You got more than 5 volts available already. You got 9 volts on
I
there.
don't want to run a shit ton of wires other than what's on there now.
No, you don't have to. You just build, you just put a few parts right up here and then just run it to that. You could also build the circuit right on there too, on that little board.
I think that's the RX has a metal shield around that Q card connector.
Oh yeah, yeah, I saw that. You take that off.
I had to cut it out just a little bit so
Oh, you did?
I'd rather not have
I think it's on this end though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I mean, if you build the board longer this way, it doesn't
I'd
matter.
also like to test it without those pull downs on there.
Yeah, it probably will work without them.
Think so?
Mm-hmm. Well, the problem's a margin problem. It's not pull downs. We've proven that by changing the voltage.
So just feed more juice in the part.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
the
I can keep the ground fill on there.
Should be fine because that wasn't the problem. It's a margin issue. So yeah.
Yeah, my man.
So to do a permanent fix. Gotta drop about a volt.
Well, and it's not like everybody's going to use the same power supply.
No, it doesn't matter.
So if somebody sticks a 12 volt power supply on there,
It'll be fine. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't see it. I thought you said some guy said it was oscillating.
yeah, the Steve said it's awesome.
Yeah, I don't think so. It didn't look like it. It did not.
Well, I think what he was seeing,
Oh, maybe
he may have not seen it on a regular system too.
Oh.
He was just guessing.
Oh. Well, I can't see how it would be oscillating. Looking for. How do I do with it? This.
Seriously. Buy some shelves. Like this week. I'll come help you if you need it.
You what?
I'll come help if you need it.
Oh,
I like
okay.
this though.
I know. I needed that. Yeah, I like that.
You need a bigger one.
Yeah, I wouldn't been able to get it home very easily. I think it's good enough for now. What I'm looking for is a 1.2 volt reference diode is what I'm looking for. Barring that, I guess I could use just regular diodes to get about a volt a drop. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Oh, here's what I'm looking for. There's a couple ways to get the 6 volts. I'm gonna look in here first. They do make 7806s that you can buy.
Right.
You can get a little TO92 one and just mount it above the 7805 and suckle power off of that too. Just like the analog parts of doom. That's off amp or a regulator. Remember, this 7805. How you can use a 7805, just diode in the ground lead. Help boost you up about 0.6. I think what I'm going to do, just for shits and giggles here, get the diodes out and use 2 diodes. Find them. Those transistors. Whoops.
How long has it been since I've been here? It's like been maybe 2 months.
Yeah, something like that. Well, all this stuff actually goes in this cabinet. Most of this stuff actually fits in there.
Been digging around in there for something.
Maybe. Well, so I have this box. It's it looks like this, only it has diodes in it. I'm not sure if it's in here or not. And of course, it's one of those things where since everything is all in one place, oh yeah, here it is. When you lose the container, you like lose every single diode you own because they're all in one place. What I'm going to do to get about a volt, I'm going to use a silicon diode, which is about 0.6 something, and a germanium diode, which is about 0.3 something. That equals somewhere around a volt. Let's see what the old meter says here, since current is not an issue. 236, about 0.7. So, series. About 0.9 volts. It'll actually go up slightly when we're done, but that's okay.
Oh, I was going to ask you about your ESD masks work.
Oh yeah? What about them?
Are they starting to wear and get shiny and smooth? Because mine is.
Oh really?
Right where my arms always are. when
Oh
I'm
yeah?
moving around.
Oh, mine seem to be pretty good still. Haven't had a problem.
I'm not having a problem. I like it that they're shiny and
Oh.
smooth because, like when I lay a piece of paper down, you can't get that thing to move at all.
Oh yeah?
That silicone.
Beating up your circuit board. There we go.
I'm looking for a better e-solder station, so if I get one,
I'm thinking about buying that Heiko one, the new one, because apparently that one's like a lot better than the old one.
I need something better, especially if I'm going to be doing installs with the high defense kit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so busy selling them, I'm not doing installs.
If you're selling them, then you gotta do installs, don't you?
No. What I'm hoping to do is take all your orders so that you can come back and not have to deal with that.
Ah, yeah.
You can get back on projects and start
Yeah,
making more
yeah, that
projects.
works.
Like, I mean, just like single orders or up to whatever, like if Stony Gamer wants to buy 20 or 30 kits. We'll work on that later, but I think we'd be insane to fill you up with bullshit work
True.
when you can be doing
Other stuff.
other kits and stuff.
Okay, where's those parts at? Okay. I still want to do a flash card for NES. I think that'd be fun.
What's your priority right now?
Well,
After this,
I don't know. I gotta look.
multi-system.
No, I want to do. I gotta work on that All Pro thing. I made a board for it. I gotta get the board manufactured. It's what's that programmer sitting on the floor over there? The big one. The device programmer. Let me show you here a second. It's awesome. Since I do lots of reverse engineering and chip dumping, I got these, this All Pro, it's this thing right here.
Yeah.
It's got all these cards and shit in it. But, I don't have the camera. But, show off my messy room. But, yeah, basically it's a DAC per pin programmer. And what I've done, I made a replacement circuit board that goes inside it and adds USB to it.
I see.
Because that has an ISA card that you plug into your computer, you know, old school. So yeah, that doesn't work very well these days. So
What is that something you're just doing for yourself though, or?
Actually, I'm going to sell a couple. I probably can sell about 5 or 6, because there's a couple other people that you know, do reverse engineering like I do.
Pretty quick project though.
Yeah, like I said, I got the board designed. See, it's actually kind of neat. It takes the place of 5 of the board, or 3 of the boards in that program are the power supply boards. The power supply is garbage in there. It's like my first switching power supply design. Whoever did it, it's total garbage. They're inefficient. And they get hot and they blow up easily and they make lots of noise. You know, like the inductors whine. Good. Okay, so the trick I'm going to do, I'm going to stick this on the ground. Also, I'll take C102 out to do it. Let me get this ground in there. Everything soldered right to the ground on the regulator. I want to bend those cables much because they'll break, and you'll have the fun job of trying to strip the end of that and take them all out and put it back in. I'm going to solder that right there. Solder the regulator itself back down. The hole was too small. I was going to try and stuff it through the hole, but it won't fit. Grrr. Yeah, those things are pretty nice. Where do you get that, eBay? Someone just happened to post it? Or they actually sell them on? Oh, they actually they actually sell it. You probably want to redo this after my bodged job. Ow. Put that on the other way. That happens. Let's see, we're going to be dropping about 3 volts. About 100 ohm resistor. Done so that heat sink on there, huh? Oh well. Oh yeah. Finest bodge jobs will do. There we go. It's nicer. So now we should have about 6 volts sitting right there. I'll draw it out in a minute if you want to see how understand how it actually functions.
Well, I get it. I'm just thinking, what would I get if I put 12 volts right there?
Get 6 volts still. Put the diodes. It's like an LED. You know, the forward drop of the LED doesn't change a whole lot. The only thing it changes with is temperature. It changes a little bit with current, but not a whole lot. You know what I mean? It's not like a resistor. That's why I'm using a diode. I mean, if you wanted to get that voltage, you could theoretically use like a resistor divider. But if your 9 volts went up to 12, then that would change too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So as long as the diode can take
I got about 620.
12 or whatever volts to feed it,
Yeah.
that's it. That.
I'm gonna change that resistor. Increase it a bit. I mean, it's working okay, but 270 in there, I think.
Trying to get on the flat six or
Yeah, it doesn't really. I think it's probably okay, but doing it this way, you'll have a little more slop. The resistor won't overheat or anything. It's not much different than driving an LED, really. It's the same principle. It's just this LED doesn't produce light, or this diode doesn't produce light. So at least visible light produces lots of heat. Theoretically, it can. In this application, not so much. That running around on the board. Voltage will be slightly less now too. A little bit. Not bad. Oh yeah, it's not gonna work too hot without the voltage there, is it? I see the other end of your wire. Oh, you soldered it here. What's this other wire doing? There's this wire connected. Oh, that's your region mod.
you got a ground.
Yeah, that one pin.
Which is one of the reasons why it's still not very DIY friendly.
Uh-huh.
That is a very hard pin to solder to for a,
Neophyte,
you know,
I guess you could
you
say.
don't have right.
Skills or tools, yeah. definitely need magnification. And that microscope I have at work is so awesome. I use the hell out of that to fix those HDMI boards. Okay, there. How's that? Just screwed up the curve a little bit. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Well, why didn't it work on my power supply? Ooh. Touch there. 6-1. 501. Interesting. Well, it's definitely a voltage problem, though. So, I don't know. About the only fix is you're going to have to use a regular buffer instead of that chip. Unfortunately, if you want the everdrive to work anyway.
Two buffers per date line,
Yeah, so 2 chips.
so 16 chips.
2 chips.
2 chips for all date lines?
You just wire one up forward and one backwards. You know what I mean?
That's good, I mean.
No, it's not that hard. Because D0 and 7 are flipped, and then 1 and 6, and then 2 and 5, right?
Well, yeah,
Isn't that right? They just flipped them upside down, didn't they?
yeah.
Ah, that was so stupid. Can't believe that was a region protection. Just can't believe it. Well, here's the other thing. When you have an everdrive, why do you need your mod?
Because the system chips
True.
are not.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason for it. Everdrive is not the unit piece.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't? What is it? What is it? Oh, for the CD-ROM. Really? Why doesn't it emulate those, I wonder? Is there anything other than just a ROM on that?
Probably some extra RAM.
Oh, okay. Well, if there's extra RAM, that would explain it. That's funny how there wasn't enough room, so they had to put this little plastic doodad over
There
it.
was some that were even taller than that.
Oh, really?
Pretty good chips.
It's just glued on there.
I think it was a Korean maybe? Korean manufacturer made some chips that had that was actually clipped on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a voltage issue with their BOGO level translators, I would say, in the flash ROM itself. It's having a problem programming the flash ROM to be specific. But reading it seems okay no matter what voltage you're using. That is very strange. Well, that time was okay. Oh no, it isn't. Yeah, it's getting some bytes are being missed. Poor man's freeze spray. One. See, it won't work at all now with it cold. Heat it up will it work better. So that's doing it with PPUs. Oh, that's a thermal label. It's not even warm, really. Nope. You get a little bitty heat in there, not much, but just a little. I don't have a warming spray. It's definitely a voltage issue, though, for sure. Because if we drop the voltage, it seems to work every time. So I thought maybe raising the voltage on the level translator would do it, but it seems to help, but just not enough. I guess it's just not enough.
So the other idea was to run a L314.
317, well that would just boost the voltage too. This was just a cheaper, easier way to do it.
I mean, to run the whole thing at one time.
Oh yeah, you could probably do that. Probably may be possible, even though it's kind of crappy, just put a really low value resistor on the output of the 7805. You just gotta drop it, like 60 millivolts or something stupid like that just to make it work. I still can't believe that. Or you can buy about 1,000 7805s and then take the ones that output slightly below 5 volts.
Well, I always kept the ones that I replaced in Nintendos. Probably the same age as those.
Yeah.
All the new ones put out perfectly 5 volts.
Yeah. Most of it's pretty damn good. It outputs just around, when I measured on here earlier, it was like exactly 5 volts just about. 501. So that means it's outputting slightly more than 5. 501. There's not even a little bit of drop between there, really? Oh, okay. That's pretty good. The only other fix would be to modify the everdrive in some particular fashion. But I don't know what fashion that would be. I've never used. Oh, you know what? There's supposed to be a cover that goes over this. The cover's missing.
It was,
Was it FR4 or something? Circuit board material.
it was 3D printed.
Oh, was it? Because he was
When I bought that one, it was on special or something, like.
because it was missing that.
Rev maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, I see this the inserts for screws. That's why I was curious. I was thinking, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't sell it like this, with all the stuff open normally.
Yeah, originally.
Oh, yeah? Oh, my hack works awesome. Too bad it doesn't fix the problem. Let's know what the problem is and how to potentially fix it. Mock-ups and that. What?
Great.
Oh, I've had it for a while. I bought that last year when I built the first prototypes of the high def thing.
A couple of those pads left on me too.
Oh yeah?
No, they're tiny, but.
Which ones? One of these little ones? No, I'm not too surprised. If you want to hold it down, just put some vias in there, like 2 or 3, and that'll hold the pad down so it won't pull off, like I did on this. That's why there's vias on each end of them pads. So I can solder a chip down and pull it off, and the pads won't come off the board. It's worked quite well. I've reused 2 of these boards about 7 times and 8 times. This is 8 and 9, usage 8 and usage 9 of these little boards. That's the other reason I get the All Pro going, then I can dump this stuff a lot easier. Right now I have to make purpose-built dumpers for those chips. I can't, that All Pro would be nice. I can just put the chip in, write some code, and dump it instead of having to make something to do it. So, oh well, didn't quite fix it, but identified the problem, I would say.
Just try the resistor thing. Just pull the whole thing down to the line.
Oh. Hard. You almost have to, you have to pretty much cut the route from the output, and put it in series. True. I got something to grab it with. Kind of tricky. I don't want to break the regulator. So I need a fiber. Aren't exactly expensive. You're the input, so you're the output. This thing was running about 300 milliamps, wasn't it? So that would be 3 ohms per volt. So we need about 0.3 ohms to drop 0.1 volt. So about 0.3 to 0.5 ohms. Oh, that's not a problem. That's not very exotic. That's very humdrum even. Container with that type of resistor in it. Here's a 0.75 ohm. Oh, that's a 7.5 ohm resistor. Here's a 0.22 ohm resistor. Let's try that one. It's big as hell, but that doesn't matter for testing. Red, red, silver. 0.22. That's a big honking resistor right there. They come lots.
What do you think that is?
That's 5 or 10 watt resistor. Probably have a bypass cap on that output of that regulator, and then we'll get that resistor on there.
Bag of 0.1s.
0.22, close enough. I don't have 0.1s. I got 0.22s, but no 0.21s, so I use them all. They're that handy size. 324, yep. 22s. Better. A little bit of bypassing on that output now. Yeah, that's a massive resistor. It's lazy. Yeah, you can get these resistors in, you know, like probably maybe quarter or half watt size for these low value resistors. Because generally when resistors get really small like that, and they usually use them for current sensing, and the idea is the resistor is not supposed to get terribly hot because that's just wasted energy. In this case it was a sense resistor too. Resistor of doom installed. $492 now.
Wow.
Looks fine now.
Well, that's much easier than anything else we've figured
Yeah.
out.
And that resistor won't even get hot. It won't even get warm. It's still a little corrupt. It's almost correct. Let's try a little bit more resistance. So 0.22 is close. I was looking for a 0.47 is what I was looking for. I know I have some. Oh, here we go. That's the bag I wanted. It's got all the big boy resistors in it. Oh, here we go. Here's a 0.47. That's from a stereo amplifier. Well, let's try this 0.47 here. I have to turn that power supply off to turn this thing off. .486. Why the hell did it work on here and not, you know what I mean? why the hell did it work with my power supply and it's not working now? That is very strange. It's making a liar out of me, isn't it? It's okay now. Oh, I see one bad right there. Top of the logo.
Underneath the floor, too.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's too random.
Yeah. Just for shits and giggles here. So definitely something with the flash writing on that cartridge, though. I guess that means if something goes wrong, you can brick it. Increase that resistance a bit more. Sitting at 478 now. Looks okay now. I don't see any screwed up graphics, do you? Looks okay now, doesn't it?
It's crazy.
Yeah. That position.
Oh, that was U.S. position.
Is that the one that was having problems with more than the other?
This is the pack-in game.
Yeah,
For the
yeah.
US system.
Yeah, I do that actually.
It's shite.
It looks like it.
But it was also having problems loading, so.
King Turd of Alpha Mountain.
What was the resistance again? Total?
I have a .22 and a .47. So about .69, yeah. At 0.75 ohms maybe, that'd be the next standard value.
You think a quarter volt would be enough?
Probably. It's I squared R is the losses. So if you got point. Yeah, let's see. The resistors aren't even warm. We're only what? No, well, we're only dropping 0.17 volts across them, which is nothing. Probably the better way would be to make a little circuit board with an LM317 on it. That'd be the better way. Unfortunately, that would kind of suck though, because the tab on an LM317 is connected to the output, I think, or the input, one or the other. It's the output. It's not ground in any event. Is that the end of end of the level?
No. Well, for that solution over
Anything else?
completely redesigning the whole thing again.
Yeah. There's not really a whole lot you can do. You know, like I said, you have to use two back-to-back 7.4 245s or something.
That's probably not going to be that small either.
No, unless you put one on either side of the board.
I don't really want to do that either.
I could probably make it about that size. If you put another chip on the other side of it.
On the bottom side, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Cheap assembly costs down too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, as a bodge, this works, but I don't know if I'd really recommend it for general purpose use. But it does prove why it wasn't working, though. Some kind of margin issue on the flash memory specifically, causing it to not write or write bad. Actually, it's writing bad data is what it's doing. For whatever reason, it's either missing, the data's coming in too late and it's burning the wrong thing, or something like that. So I don't know. It'd take more poking around to figure it out. I have to throw it on the big boy logic analyzer and check the data sheet and stuff. Look at the write line and then look at the data lines and the address lines and see where the violation is occurring.
Well, and also, who's to say that the newer revisions of everdrive work the same?
Yeah, they may not. That we know the NES one's different.
You might put level translators on there instead of resistors.
Yeah, that resistor stuff is ass. That's like the shittiest of the shithouse ways of doing level translation, because it slows the signals down for one. Because you got yourself an RC circuit now, that resistor, and then the capacitance of the inputs of your chips. So that slows the signals down. If it's slowing it down enough, and then your doodad is slowing it down a couple extra nanoseconds, maybe that's too much. I don't know. They said it'd take a lot of poking with the logic analyzer to figure out the exact cause of it. Well, he used resistors, I think, because there just wasn't enough room on that board for regular level translators, I don't think. I don't know. He was just trying to keep that same form factor. I mean, there just is not really a huge amount of space on that board. Unless you redesigned it. I mean, you could get some of that space back, I guess. Especially if you want 4 layers, that would help a lot too. You probably need about 3 level translators, 3 or 4. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky.
I think it's a 4-layer.
I don't think so. Giveaway that's a 4-layer, it'd be vias that don't go anywhere, seemingly. These ones all do. I don't see a single via that just ends, on the top or the bottom without a route attached to it. So I'm pretty sure it's just 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's tool dip. That's what that is. That's funny.
Now I'm wondering if I've got any of the old design without the pull downs laying around still.
Why don't you just take the pull downs off?
I didn't put them on this one. Well, because I'm also worried about doing those traces affecting anything.
I doubt it. See, if just the board layout on a board that tiny affects operation, it's extremely marginal to begin with. Taking the ground off, how much capacitance can that add? Not even a picofarad, maybe 1 picofarad at the very, very most. I don't know. I mean, the routes are not very long. that's why I was wondering if maybe pulling up would help instead of pulling down. You may want to try pulling up.
Well, like I said, Steve said there's already pull-ups on the console.
That doesn't matter because you're on the opposite side of that chip now. You know what I mean? I would try 470, maybe 1K pull-ups. Something fairly stiff, higher than 10K, or lower than 10K, sorry, higher current than 10K.
Almost good with this. Yeah, I don't know.
That would be my suggestion. Would try like 1K pull-ups to 5 volts on the cartridge side of that thing. That'd be one thing I would try.
Yeah, pull down lower on the cartridge side.
And that may just be exasperating the problem. What?
I bought a whole reel.
Are those resistor packs?
Yeah. It was like $20.
Yeah. On eBay?
Yeah.
Well, 10K pull-ups might work. I don't know. But I'd probably try something a little beefier than
Well, I'll try
10K.
pull-ups first, and if I don't do it, then
Yeah, try 1Ks. Hell, you can just solder resistors to them pins. They're big enough to get to.
yeah.
I'd probably try 1Ks, and if that failed, try even 470 ohms. Really, I don't know, 470 maybe too hot, maybe too low. Yeah, no, 1K probably wouldn't hurt though. Because you get to a point where the CPU side can't pull it down anymore, you know what I mean? Or the everdrive side for that matter. It won't really hurt anything, it may just not run. What would be interesting to do would be to change those pull-ups, put like say 4.7Ks on there, and see if the margin changes. See if it gets better or worse on the power supply. I know it's a tricky problem. It's very hard to, test this out because you have to pretty much put the logic put the logic analyzer right on that flash memory and the surface mount, so that makes that a pain in the ass. I actually have I bought at the surplus place I bought a QFP test socket for the logic analyzer for like $3, and it actually goes on the chip. It's real cool. Yeah, it's like I don't know how much they are. They're probably about $400 if you had to buy one. I got two. So yeah. So this is almost the kind of thing you would need. Cool. So you just drop that on your chip, and then you're all broken out. So I wish I could find more of these for $3. And of course I got this one. This it's a PLCC version.
Had one for
Yep.
no, it was T-Son.
Oh really?
I thought it was a Chinese piece of crap.
That's what this is T-SOC flash on there. I can't wait to use this thing. This will be fun. to use for like arcade boards. Yeah, for like $3, I won't be passing that up. So, I think that's pretty much it here.
Okay, so I know that was a lot of time for not much result, honestly. I believe it was the next day after all of this was shot, I went and started doing some more testing, and I shot a bunch more video testing various things, including turning the pull downs into pull ups and whatnot. Also want to apologize for the audio quality. I wasn't aware how much noise his room air conditioner was putting into the video until after I watched it, and also just how low my voice is during the whole thing. So one of the upgrades I do want to do is wireless microphones. So if anybody has recommendations on a good pair, I'd like to have 2 mics and 2 transmitters and maybe 1 receiver to go to 1 camera, and that way I can pick up the other camera without having to disconnect a bunch of stuff. I'd be willing to hear what everybody has to say on recommendations for that, but stay tuned for more testing on the region mod.